It's showtime.
BSnBEER Media, in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network.
Introducing the best in the world! Yeah!
Welcome into the show. It's best in the world. Hashtag BITW. I'm your host, Dale. With me today, we got the guys from Sports for You in the building. Welcome in, Trill. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How's it going, Dale?
Oh, good. Oh, good. And John, what's up with you, man? How you doing?
Doing good, my brother. Good to see you.
Yes. So good to see you guys. Look, all the wrestling fans uniting. You know, it'd be great. All of us just unite together. So we
right.
get this day started,
that's right.
Previewing SummerSlam. And this weekend on Sports for You, we will be doing a watch along of SummerSlam. So be sure to check us out over there. We're gonna be having a good time, fellas. Are y'all excited for SummerSlam?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait.
As Otis would say, oh yeah.
It always brings nostalgia for me because SummerSlam was the first pay-per-view I ever watched as a kid.
Okay.
So '94 SummerSlam was my very first pay-per-view I ever watched. That got me really into being a wrestling fan. So this is always nostalgia for me to watch this because it's obviously. And there's a crazy part. I was telling Trell this. This was around the time, I don't know if you remember this, Dale. Remember when some pay-per-views were coming on during a weekday?
Oh,
and
yeah.
That SummerSlam 94, which was at the United Center at the time, at the United Center, It came on a Monday. I ended up watching this, came home after school. My mama ordered it for me and a few friends, and we ended up watching it it was on a Monday night. So this was like right in the beginning of the stage of the Raw, but they had a pay-per-view on a Monday night in prime time.
That's right. Yeah, he was telling me that's a crazy story. Well, unlike John, I wasn't that fortunate to have pay-per-views early on in my childhood career. So SummerSlam wasn't. I didn't start watching. My mom didn't start ordering pay-per-views until I want to say 90. What was that King of the Ring with Mankind and Undertaker and Hell in the Cell? Was that 96 or 97?
Oh, that was 98.
Was it 98?
Okay.
98 or 99. That was that was the infamous Hell in a Cell. It was 98 or 99. I think it was 99.
Okay. My first pay-per-view was a WCW pay-per-view. But yeah, my mom surprised me. It was uncensored. WCW uncensored.
Okay.
But my first SummerSlam I watched was, I was telling John this because it's like one of my favorite ones. It's the Highway to Hell with Stone Cold and Undertaker. That one was the first SummerSlam I watched. That she ordered.
It's crazy you say that. I was watching today, get myself ready for SummerSlam week. We've been going back and watching how to throwback SummerSlam matches, Dale. And he brings up SummerSlam '98. I was literally watching that today because I was watching The Rock and Triple H's ladder match.
Yeah.
Best top 5 ladder match.
Yes. Yes, indeed, man. That was about the time I was actually starting to get some pay-per-views. My mom was actually into wrestling during this point in time. Stone Cold Rock era. Stone Cold beating up Booker T in the grocery store. She was all into all of that. All right. So that was a good time. Look, but I do remember my godmother. She had the cable box with the chip in it. All right.
The cheat code.
Remember that back in the day.
The cheat code, huh? You had the cheat code, huh?
You got all the pay-per-views. Okay, so once we figured out she had the chip, we was there for like every pay-per-view, man, and watching them. So yeah,
I had a friend who had the same hookup. His neighbor had the hookup. We would go. He had borrowed his cable box for on a Sunday. It'd be me, Trail. It'd be me and my homie Richard and Darwin. You know our boy Darwin, because we all
I know him.
We all went to the same middle school together. So our friend Richard had to connect. So that's when we would go at his house to watch the pay-per-views at.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff. All right, let's get into some news items real quick before we start breaking down the SummerSlam.
Go ahead.
So I got this picture here, and this is a picture of Shane McMahon. Like he's sitting down at a table with Tony Khan. All right. Yeah. It's there've been rumors about this happening for a while now, but looks like they're in the room. It looks like they're gonna make it happen. Terrell, what you think?
I mean, it's for now it's just a photo, but I do believe there is traction. There is talks. I don't believe Tony Khan for a second when he said, "Oh, that was supposed to get out." I mean, come on. I know you don't know how to run your company sometimes, but you mean to tell me you can't control a photo not getting out? Because what's curious to me is who took the photo.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing whoever took the photo, Tony Khan said, "All right, at this time, let it slip out, and I'm gonna make a statement, a PR statement saying, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen."
Yeah. I don't believe you, Tony Khan. I know. It's a word. I know it's a word. Yes, it's definitely a word, and a failed one at that. You can't tell me that was an accident. Yeah.
No, it was not. No,
that's not a TMZ photo. That's not a TMZ photo someone took from across the street.
Right.
That's an actual photo taken.
Yeah.
Come on now,
John. What do you think about seeing Shane in the AEW ring? Or McMahon actually in the AEW ring?
Anything, like Trey was telling me today, anything's possible, man. I know he gave a statement to Bully Ray, and Bully Ray read it on Sirius last night. But I believe when I see it, but I believe that where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was very calculated for TK to put that picture out, knowing how the attention it's going to get. So I don't buy one bit that this was not meant to get out. You know how wrestling Twitter can get. So very
sure.
he knows how wrestling Twitter can get.
For sure. For sure. We take stuff and run with it. Yes, that's what we do.
But I'm hoping it's true because a McMahon family business rivalry, it's gonna be a sight to see, because it's like that's a walking cheat code Tony Khan's gonna have if he actually does have Shane McMahon as his right hand man.
Yeah. My son would say that Shane is going to die in AEW because they do a lot of high spots, Darby Allin, all that kind of mess, and Shane likes to jump off high things. So
that's been John knows this. That's been my problem with TK, not knowing how to tell people no. Because if he said no, we still be seeing Adam Copeland on TV on a weekly basis.
Absolutely.
So hopefully Shane McMahon is retired from in-ring competition and is just make him a general manager, have him show up to Ring of Honor, have him run Ring of Honor, have him be on stage authority figure in AEW, keep him out of the ring.
And look,
last time we saw him, go ahead, John.
We was there. We was there the last time we saw the Shane McMahon in the ring, huh, Trell?
Yeah, it was all about 10 seconds.
You saw the quads pop.
Yeah.
We was there. We was in SoFi when it happened.
Dang. Okay.
So we was forced to see a Snoop Dogg people's elbow because of that.
Yes.
So thank you, Shane.
That's still
Shout out to Miz, man. Miz was right there on the spot, like, yo, hit me.
Yeah. Called an audible.
Miz a true pro for taking that crip walking elbow.
All right, John.
That's right, man.
Oh man, that was funny.
So also sticking with AEW here. What do you guys think about Camille Brickhouse with the CEO, Mercedes Moné?
I'm gonna let this guy go first. He had the perfect comp for it.
Okay.
When I saw this develop, it reminded me of one man, and that was Shawn Michaels. When he had Diesel, and then when he also had Sid. I can see this playing out perfectly because she's gonna need a muscle to do all the dirty work. I can see this working, have this go on for almost a year, and then either Mercedes turns face because she got double crossed by her bodyguard, or the other way around. So if I can see the long-term storytelling with this, if it's done right, instead of having it for a couple of months and then break them apart. So they need some good storytelling, and that they can recreate Shawn Michaels Diesel or Shawn Michaels Sid.
Yeah, that
will work for her, because now it's going to force other females to either go out and get their own bodyguards, or it's going to give Mercedes a dominant run as CBS chef.
Yeah, I can see that with Camille being her muscle for sure. That's going to be awesome. So, yeah. We've also seen a lot of Joe Hendry on NXT television, and not only have we seen him on NXT television, he's like being in prime spots. He's getting plenty of TV time, and he's knocking out the park, and the crowd is reacting. He's getting a lot of pop.
Mm-hmm.
WWE has to like buy him out or something, right?
You want to take this one, John?
I don't know, man. They're playing it perfectly. They're playing it perfectly. He gets all access to the PC. He's doing meet and greets. He's doing autograph signings. I think they're playing it perfectly. And he's still being employed by TNA. We know that his contract ain't up for another few years. So they're playing it perfectly. And everybody's winning. Joe Hendry wins. WWE wins. TNA wins. NXT wins. Shawn Michaels wins. Triple H wins. Everybody's eating. Everybody's eating right now. And we don't need to worry about what's going on down the line. What happens down the line will happen down the line. But by that time, he's a bigger star than what he is now, where he's going to be able to dictate where he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they're playing this perfectly. I love it.
I was telling John that WWE is doing very, very big favors for TNA right now, because they're turning this guy into the hottest star in professional wrestling. It's like they have their own version of LA Knight as far as organically happening, putting him over, and you sending him to a bigger stage company to put eyes on him there, and then the eyes that's over there are going to be like, oh, he's on Thursdays in TNA? Let me tune into TNA.
Right.
So now their attendance has gone up. Their ratings are probably going to go up a little bit because they want to see Joe Hendry. He's going to be the number, I guarantee you, he's probably going to be the top selling merch in TNA in no time.
Yeah, subscriptions have increased for TNA, so their TNA Plus product. So it's definitely working out for them. No doubt about it. This is
it's unreal that it's happening.
Yeah. I would love to see a Worlds Collide, NXT, TNA, you can even bring in GCW. We've seen a lot of crossover with them too, right? MVP showed up there. I know he's out of contract, but he did show up at GCW. Shayna Baszler was out there too. So
Creed brothers.
Yeah, Creed brothers too. That's it. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I was telling John that I wouldn't be surprised they capitalize on this and have like a War Games, Team WWE versus Team TNA or NXT, what have you. So that'll be something good. So who knows what else TNA and WWE got going on down the pike? Because I'm still curious on if anyone from the main roster is going to interact with TNA.
Yeah, I know. When Booker T brought up Moose at the main roster, he did drop the TNA title, so maybe so. Maybe so.
I'm still waiting on that. John knows I'm waiting on that.
I've been Moose for like the last 6 months. Well, ever since
the last year,
the whole situation started, we've been waiting. Like, okay, when is Moose gonna get here?
Right.
We got to see Moose. When is Moose gonna get here? But Moose definitely, like Trail will tell you, he was kind of a little bit reserved to it, but I was the first person that I think I know that called an MSK reunion when I saw TNA was in the picture.
Okay,
I'm the only person I knew who said that and it called who called the MSK reunion, and then Wesley loses to Obafemi at Heat Wave, and then next thing you know, 2 days later, who's pulling up? It's Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel. And they reunite the Rascals, and it's just how can you?
The Rascals have been so good on NXT too, man.
Yes, yes. WWE is taking care of the talent, man. They're making sure they're looking good. They're crisp, and it's like I forgot how good the Rascals were.
Yep,
they look good, man. They look great.
I think the No Quarter Catch crew is kind of getting a little bit better, and they're getting more known for sure with this exposure. So I'm hoping they can continue to, look good and be a solid group of people together. I know they got rid of 2 members and stuff like that, contractual issues and everything, but I like to see what's going to happen with William Regal's kid. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I think he's going to be something, man. I really do. I can see him following the footsteps of his daddy. Cause like you said, the exposure he's getting on TNA as well. It's doing him good. It's really him it really is doing him good. Going over to Japan also. So he's doing the thing, man. He's doing the thing.
Exactly, man. Exactly. All right, let's get into this card. It is SummerSlam in Cleveland. It's gonna be outside, but it's up north, so that should be fine. You shouldn't have like a whole bunch of issues with moisture and sweat and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a pretty good venue to pick. Big stadium. For sure for SummerSlam, and it's going to lead to next year with being 2 nights, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No,
I think that's 2026.
26. That was it's in Minnesota. And we don't know about next year either, but 26 is definitely going to be two nights because that was Triple H's data boy for basically taking an L for taking one for the team so they can have WrestleMania in Vegas,
which benefited us.
Yeah,
really did.
Real.
we're a 45-minute plane flight from Vegas, and we will be
nice. All right, man. I want to say the last PLE I went to was probably like a WrestleMania back in New Orleans, man. It's the last.
Oh man, how was that being in that dome, man?
Oh yeah, it's amazing, bro. Like I was there for the Daniel Bryan, Undertaker, and all that stuff.
Oh, you were there that night?
I was there.
Yeah, WrestleMania. He was there for WrestleMania. That's awesome.
Our boy Kenzie in the house. He gonna be with us. He gonna be there too. Our boy Kenzie. He's also gonna be part of the program as well.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Shout out to Kenzie, man.
He'll be in Vegas with us. Yeah, can't wait.
All right.
Can't wait.
So, first one on this card, Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker for the IC Championship. I will say I've expected Sami Zayn to lose his IC title for a long time now. It hasn't happened. So you probably need to go ahead and bet on Sami here. Because I don't know the direction where we're going. What you think, Tro?
I'm actually I kind of figured this was going to happen. That once he lost that Money in the Bank, I'm like, okay, somehow he's going to get his rematch, and he's beating Sami Zayn on the biggest stage at SummerSlam. We will see a new champ getting crowned in the dog pound section this Saturday.
Okay, new champ. John, what you think?
They're gonna be in the dog pound, so you might as well just get ready to hear the dogs.
You're lying, though.
This is Braun's time. Look, we saw him earlier today on Pat McAfee show.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he's late. He's got it. He's got what it takes to move to the next step, and I guarantee he will be the next Intercontinental Champion. He wants to be the face of the company, but he wants to be the face of the company. And I think he's ready. It's his time. Shout out to our boy Tig in the house. It's his time. It's Cleveland. Obviously, he played football and at Kennesaw State. I don't know where that is, but he's ready. He's made for the big stage. Especially with his bloodline, no pun intended for later, but with his uncle and dad, he's just gonna be that dude. So I got Braun Breaker, new IC champ.
Okay.
And salute to Sami Zayn because everything he's done within the last 2 years has just been amazing.
Yeah.
You don't think that the WWE will continue to let him have the IC title because he's got these comedy shows going on in every PLE now? Like, it's good for business.
Yeah, but Sammy is now proven. Look, he was there that night when him and Kevin Owens took on the Usos. I just think about everything he's done in the last pretty much since the pandemic. He was the one who basically brought Logan Paul into WWE. Him and Kevin Owens having that match at WrestleMania 37. Then he brings back Johnny Knoxville, and obviously, and that's at the height of the Jackass reunion. And then him and Johnny Knoxville have that anything goes match, and it was great entertainment. And then he finally found his way to get into the bloodline. He earns Roman's trust. He earns Jey Uso's trust. He already had Jimmy and Solo's trust, and then he ends up turning on them, and he has a banger of a match against Roman, and then main events WrestleMania, become a tag team champion, and then this year he did what we thought other people was going to do. Other superstars who probably are more built to take down Gunther. It was him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but he's over 100 days. I think it's just time. And I think Braun Breaker is going to be even a bigger workhorse champion. Just to be clear, that's not going to be the only title we predict that changes hands. Spoiler.
Okay. All right. We're talking about multiple title changes. Okay. Let's see.
I'm just glad it's Triple H running creative and not Vince, because I have a feeling Braun Breaker wouldn't be this white hot if Vince was the one behind the helm.
I agree. And look, you think about me and Terrell, we watched the Royal Rumble down at Times Urban and here in LA Live. And the word got out that Braun Breaker was the one that was going to replace Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. He pretty much did a Brock that Royal Rumble. And we've been waiting for him. And we've been waiting for him to get the call, because obviously I think he had already just elevated above NXT. So, and that was just the perfect time to just show his dominance it really started to me, Trail, that month before during the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Ah, yeah.
And that sets up him, and then the whole Vince stuff happens, and Brock, he's unfortunately guilty by association. And that was the opportunity Braun needed, and look what he's done with it. He's looked like that blue chip prospect that everybody wants to sign coming out of high school.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you. What do you guys think about his actual ring work and the stuff that he's been putting on screen here? Because I could tell the clips that the WWE are putting out where they have like Braun Breaker starting off in the crowd and he's timing this thing, and then boom, he explodes on the scene and hits him with that spear. It's explosive, and it is crazy, bro. I like what they're doing with him.
His talent is. I like how it's very rare people that come in and pick it up like that.
Yeah,
because he has the intensity of his uncle and the wrestling abilities of his dad. So it's like he's what they couldn't do on their own. He's pretty much the Steiner brothers all in one body.
Yeah.
And the fact that they made him heel and have him be someone like his uncle, unstoppable, uncontrollable, short fuse, does everything his way, it really makes him, like, no pun intended, the next big thing since the next big thing.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it right there.
When I first saw him pull up this 2.0, and he has that face to face with LA Knight, and obviously LA Knight was pretty much the last of the bridge between Black and Gold and 2.0, and here he comes, his first night on the scene. He takes out a guy who we're going to talk about in a little bit, who's pretty much the most popular guy, one of the most popular guys in the company. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I never knew who he was. But then when I found out he was the son of Rick Steiner and the nephew of Scott, and I was like, oh, this dude has the pedigree. We talk, sports review. We talk about second and third generation athletes. We talk about the Bronny. We're talking about Steph, about everything going on with Bronny. But we talk about guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, who grew up in the, with dads who played in the league for years, Kenyon Martin and his son now, guys like that. And some of it, and not everyone is built for it. He is clearly built for it. He is clearly built for it. And I knew this also because there's only 3 people who can say they've pinned Gunther. Or had had victories on Gunther. Ilya Dragunov and the 2 men who are going to face off for the IC title.
You're looking at a future heavyweight champion.
Yeah, man.
I was telling John a few weeks ago, by next year, he's going to be a world heavyweight champion.
I can believe you. I will bet money on that too.
He's a really good fast rising star.
And he won War Games. He won the last NXT War Games.
Oh, good question. Did you guys like Braun with Baron Corbin in the tag team? I thought it was fun.
The Whoop Dogs. The Whoop Dogs.
He brought out his character.
Yeah.
It didn't make it seem like he was just he was just all, no pun intended. He's not all Braun. He showed his character. And Corbin
I was worried about him early in NXT, honestly, thinking he didn't have a character.
Yeah, he brought out his character, and Corbin's the right person to do that because he's a pro and he's a veteran.
It helped them both out.
And then obviously, because Corbin, you can tell, obviously, he's one of those guys where he'll always have a job in WWE because he has the versatility where if he's like, this is the first time we've seen him as a face, but we all know Baron Corbin is that ultimate heel. So
yes,
it brought a lot out of it. Even brought the more of the heel out of Braun, but it made him raise his game up. Like, okay, you're putting me with one of the vets. Put me with so let me go ahead and make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Yep.
And them getting together was comedic gold because they're trying to outdo each other, outstage each other. And it's almost like a perfect example, Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah.
They were trying to outwork each other, outfight each other, then they wind up being tag team champions. So it's like they took the same route, and it was just funnier because one had an ego, the other had the ego. They're like, oh, you're just a prick. Like, oh, so are you. And it's like, oh, yeah, I am. So it worked out, and it kind of sort of out of nowhere changed to like a babyface run and just went their separate ways once Corbin got drafted. So I thought that was cool. So then Braun Breaker went back to start dominating more. So they benefited from each other for sure.
I agree.
Yep, absolutely. Let's look at the next matchup. Logan Paul, the champion, versus LA Knight. This is the US Championship on the line. So leading up to this thing, LA Knight's been trying to get this title shot for a while now. He finally gets it. And it's going to be on a big stage here. Terrell, what you think is going to happen here?
Oh, I can feel the Kavorka and the dog pound. He's gonna get that title. He's gonna get that title that he's been looking for the past year. Because that match he had with Roman Reigns pretty much solidified. Okay, this guy's championship material. So, because we all know he wasn't beating Roman Reigns, we all know he wasn't getting another title shot anytime soon as Roman Reigns was champion. So I was like, once that was out the way, I'm like, okay, the next title on that roster is the United States Championship. And before Logan Paul even won it, he was already declared himself the future champ one day. So this run that LA Knight's been on the way to the championship has been twists and turns, winning some Money in the Bank. I knew he wasn't going to win. Pretty much went into Logan Paul's house, chilled in his pool. So he's done everything somewhat legally to get that title shot. So I'm glad that he's finally getting it. So we should finally see LA Knight get a championship.
Yeah. Logan Paul calls himself Mr. Steal Your Finisher. So
man,
stuff.
LA Knight is gold, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he is. But look, Logan Paul is an outsider, and he's wrestling like a freaking pro. Like he's been doing this forever, bro. Like, and it goes to show he is a fan. You know, he's stealing people finishes left and right and all that stuff. He's not ashamed about it. What you think about Logan Paul's ring work so far, John?
I'm impressed. I ain't gonna lie. Since he came to WWE, he was in that tag match when he teamed with Miz and they took on the Mysterios and WrestleMania. I was impressed, and we gotta give a lot of credit to Bad Bunny for this.
Yes.
Let me explain. And if those, I say that because Bad Bunny put in that work during the pandemic, basically moving from Puerto Rico or wherever he lives to I think he was living in Puerto Rico and came and set up shop in Orlando, stayed at the PC, and next thing you know, everyone was it was supposed to be him and Miz, but it felt right to give Damian Priest, another person we're gonna talk about later, a chance to get on that WrestleMania stage, and they teamed up. And I'm just gonna be clear, because I thought maybe you put Priest with him, he's a veteran, he'll carry him throughout most of the match. But Bad Bunny showed up and showed out. So yes. I think because of that made Logan Paul take this a little more serious. He was in, and Michelle talked about this 2 years ago when it happened. Shawn Michaels ain't just training anybody just because. If you're not serious, get out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn Michaels don't got time for that. So he's in the ring training with arguably one of the greatest. And if Shawn Michaels can see it, then I knew, okay, then there's something there. And when we saw him in the ring that night against Rhea and Dom, I was like, yo, I'm impressed. And then obviously we know he's a heel. He embraces it, doing the Viva La Raza and this and that, the frog splash and everything. But talent-wise, he's good. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of the Paul brothers, but them dudes are smart businessmen. And then when he signed his contract with WWE and he took on Miz at SummerSlam 2 years ago, he knew what he was doing. He wasn't in there. He wasn't like a fish out of water. A deer in headlights. He was in there professional. I don't think Roman Reigns is getting in the ring with a novice like that.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
I'll let you follow that up, Oos.
Bad Bunny pretty much set the bar as far as entertainers coming in, as opposed to the Floyd Mayweather, the Snookies, the Hugh Jackmans of the past. Bad Bunny set the bar, and Logan Paul said, "Oh, I see that bar. Let me raise it higher." And the fact he went bell to, like John said, he went bell to bell with Roman Reigns, even had people thinking, "Oh, snap, Logan Paul can actually beat Roman Reigns."
Right. Yeah.
So I was impressed from day one, but that match with Roman Reigns, I was like, wow. He put on damn near a 5-star performance against the modern day greatest of all time.
Yeah, like I said, Roman
and
Reigns
look good doing it.
Everybody. Roman Reigns ain't just getting in the ring with you with just for clicks. If Roman Reigns seen it, then I'm like, okay. He knew it. And you can tell that after that match. Roman Reigns looked like, okay, he had that look of exhaustion. Okay, this is over. He was like, he was looking like, okay, I respect him. I respect him.
Yep.
He was like, God damn.
Ask me, I mean, I'm with Trell. This is LA next time, and look. We wanted him to win Money in the Bank last year. He lost. Go to SummerSlam. He wins the SummerSlam Battle Royal. Now he's the face of Slim Jim. First guy who's been like the real face of Slim Jim since RIP to Macho Man.
Macho Man. Yep.
A lot of people like my man Casey wanted to win Money in the Bank this year. Didn't happen. But we all knew when he got that pin on Logan Paul and that triple threat. I'm like, oh, it's happening. But we knew this was happening the moment him and Logan Paul had that interaction backstage right before Mania. And they looked, and it was no words. It was like, oh. Yep. And then the first thing, the SmackDown after Mania, the first thing he asked Nick Aldis, have you seen Logan Paul? And I just lost it. And I lost it. I was like, okay.
It's time. It's time.
It's happening. So look, maybe it's a bad thing for LA Knight to lose at Money in the Bank because he always shows up at SummerSlam and delivers. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, he does.
Kenzie said that Roman Logan Paul match reminded him of that Undertaker Jeff Hardy ladder match on Raw.
Good
going. It's a good call back.
And Taker was, a lot of people was talking about that. Taker said that I'm gonna get in the ring with this kid and watch, and he's gonna show y'all something.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Taker's respect. Like I said, we were talking about Randy Orton. Taker ain't getting in like with Roman. He wasn't just getting in the ring with anybody. If you're not taking this stuff serious,
right? Yeah,
you're blown. That's a blown opportunity.
Yep,
absolutely.
And it's not easy getting Taker's respect. That's something you definitely gotta earn.
Absolutely.
Yep. The vets. All right, real quick side note.
Oh no!
Anybody who's looking for a chance here, Mercedes Monet has filed for divorce. So shoot your shot.
Yeah. I already told John. I already booked the flight. I'm on my way to Boston.
There we go.
Yeah, look, man, it's sad. Nobody wants to see nobody get divorced. But she's put out the video. She did on her. She has it on her YouTube channel. She had on her podcast. She has a show called Monet Talks. And she just admitted she's been separated 4 years, and now it's getting finalized. And look, we know what she's been through the last couple of years professionally, from the walkout to going to New Japan, the injury that almost ended her career. And now that she's back, she's in a happy place. And obviously, the know that she was dealing with all that while she was also being separated from her husband is noble, because you think about it, she's been separated from her husband since 2020.
I didn't even know that.
Still main event. She was still one of the first Black women to main event WrestleMania in that 4 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Then goes back the following year and becomes a tag team champion. And now look what she's doing in AEW.
Yep.
So
exactly.
prayers, Mercedes. Prayers, Mercedes.
Yeah.
Loves
no
up.
doubt.
Yeah, but her ex-husband, if I may quote James Storm, sorry about your damn luck.
he probably still gonna be making outfits though, because
probably not for her.
What I heard, he makes a lot of outfits and for performers out there.
Well, he's got job security for life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. AEW has Sandra, so they're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yep. All right, the next matchup, Bayley versus Nia Jax. This is for the WWE Women's Championship. Nia Jax did win the Queen of the Ring. I don't like that they don't show the crown or anything goofy, right? For the Queen of the Ring or the King of the Ring right now too. But she gets the title shot as part of that deal at SummerSlam. So Terrell, what you expect to happen here?
Well, I thought I had the answer until they put Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax together.
Okay.
Because originally I had Nia winning the championship, go on this long run that she's been long overdue of having, and then I had her losing to Jade Cargill at next year's WrestleMania. Then Tiffany Stratton came in the mix, won the women's Money in the Bank. I'm like, okay, me and John been saying for months that if she didn't win Elimination Chamber, she was definitely winning Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hands down, nowhere around it.
Right.
So when she won, now it's like, okay, does Nia still win? And later on, she catches in on Nia? Or does Bayley get her get back from all those years prior and she wins, and then later on, Stratton cashes in on her?
Okay.
So that's one of the few matches that I don't know. I really don't know. They can go multiple routes with this. And Tiffany Stratton can have the briefcase for a hot minute.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton's definitely going to be involved some kind of way in this decision. John, what do you think will happen?
I'm a trail, man. It's like, okay. I've been watching Tiffany Stratton, and we've been watching her trying to find her way through NXT. She showed up at first, and then they tried to do the whole daddy's girl thing, and obviously that didn't work. And
it was annoying.
Let's embrace who she is. She's strong. She's pretty. She's kind of ego. She kind of got a little ego to her, and she ended up finally becoming NXT champion. And then, I mean, how many people pretty much in their rookie year?
Oh, we got a freeze. We got a freeze there.
Oh,
so thought he was deep in thought there. Huh?
Yeah, I think he was saying in her rookie year she won a championship. So she's another one that's pretty much given the spotlight, and she's been knocking it out the park.
Yeah,
like she's already on the main roster. She's already rubbing elbows with Bianca Belair, with Nia Jax, with Bayley. She's already in that main event scene. And fans love her organically they're all over there yelling Tippy time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
she's already over.
Exactly, man. She had like started skyrocketing in NXT, so I just knew they had gold on their hands, and it was just a matter of time. And then first putting her out there into the main roster, they put her in a clear heel position, and the whole crowd there, we chanting Tippy time because we was happy to see.
And
it.
she has one of the most amazing moonsaults I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Right there next to Io Shirai, she has like one of the nicest moonsaults.
Absolutely.
That
gymnast background, man. Can't beat it.
Nope, not at all.
So I would think Nia Jax is going to win. And eventually she's going to cash in on Nia. I don't think they do it the same night though. I think you start seeing little cookie crumbs and everything like that, where she's potentially going to cash in and then not, and all that. That's what I think is going to end up happening. So entertaining for sure. I like the writing. What do you think about Bayley's championship run though this time around? Because I don't think her run has been as good as I wanted it to be.
I feel like her reign hasn't been, I don't want to say it hasn't been booked right, but it being the premier women's championship in that company, I feel like she's not getting the spotlight as Rhea Ripley was getting with the women's world championship, or as a matter of fact, none of the women that's held that WWE championship from EO to Bayley has really been put in that light as the dominant, holding the premier championship. They're treating the world heavyweight championship like it's the title for the women's division when it's actually the WWE. Right So it's like, I feel like Bayley's always been getting the bad rap, as she's always been like the overlooked, forgotten four horsewoman of WWE. So she's always never gotten that respect that she should be given. And she's a Hall of Famer. She's the first ballot.
No doubt about it. She is a first ballot Hall of Famer too. But this championship run just hadn't been the best. And maybe it's because of I thought we get more out of the damage control storyline, because the betrayal was a good point. The payoff never really happened very well for me. And I think it's because it may just be size. The size difference between her and Io.
I think if they really let them girls go, they can go. I mean, look at when Bayley took on Asuka in NXT, how good that match was.
Yeah.
If they really let Io go, it would have came out better. They should have done a rematch for the championship, but they moved Damage Control to Raw, and we never got, that once and for all. Io goes for the rematch, she loses, that's it, we out of here. What a run. But I think her reign and Cody reign is the same. It's like that run to the title was good, but I'm still waiting for the next.
Yeah. Yep. So, John, what you think about Bayley's title reign so far?
I'm here.
Yeah, what do you think about Bayley's title reign?
It's been underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's been underwhelming. It's been underwhelming. Okay. It's been underwhelming. It's underwhelming. And I was going to say about Tiffany Stratton, like before I lost connection. She finally found her way. People heard that originally she was supposed to be the Maxine Dupree of the Alpha, right, in herself. And me and Troy was saying this, like, you main eventing with Becky Lynch, there's something there. It's something there. So,
Absolutely.
and then she showed out in the Royal Rumble, entering. I think it was at number 29. Then she enters in. Then she enters in the Elimination Chamber. She stole the show there, and we kind of figured. Me and Terrell said it. If she wasn't going to win Queen of the Ring, Money in the Bank was definitely in her future because they're going to put the rocket on her, and she's going to be this new. I think once she gets the title, I think it might soar to new heights because Bayley doesn't need a title to solidify what she's done. We already know what she's done.
Yes.
But it also, I think it just also shows how much of a pro she is, where she's going to get her over once this happens. But I'm really intrigued how this match goes with Nia because this is a match that was 7 years in the making, and this Nia Jax now was not the Nia Jax back then. And the same thing with Bayley. Same thing goes for Bayley. So I'm intrigued. I think Nia's going to cash in on her Queen in the Ring and regain a women's title. She ain't had a women's title in 6 years.
Right.
So I think it's going to be her. But look, last year EO cashed in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. It wouldn't shock me if Tiffany tried to cash it in, but I think they're going to draw it out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I see before we get 2025, it'll be Tiffy time on the title because we still got to also see what's this new Money in the Bank briefcase going to look like that Nia Jax is getting her. So
yes,
we might see that tomorrow night on SmackDown, or maybe we'll see it after the fact. But I think eventually it's going to be TV time. But I'm going to go with Nia Jax tomorrow night. She's really put in the work. She's in a different place mentally, physically, spiritually, and it's her time. And Triple H knew it. And Triple H knew it because he believed in her. It just, she was green. And look, and not everyone from the bloodline is gonna hit a home run. Sometimes you might have to go back down to the minor league until it's time for your call up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Dale, let me ask you this while we're still on the Nia Jax Bayley topic. What did you think of that promo, that fire promo Bayley did on Nia Jax when she called her big, clumsy, and reckless?
Yeah. So that promo for sure hit because before this latest run of Nia Jax, you could say that was true. Like she would always be injuring somebody, and so it. Look, I like Nia Jax rebuttal too, talking about Bayley's butt and all that stuff too. So it was also
hey man, ain't no man alive complaining about that. So she can get off that topic real quick.
Nia knew she was full of it when she said it. Nia knew she was full of it. Any person knows that Bayley, in her words, that Bayley is naturally talented.
Yeah.
She needed a comeback line because that ate her. She needed a comeback line real quick.
It did.
Because those years ago, people were calling for her job because the unprofessional incident she had with Charlotte Flair on Monday Night Raw, I think that was probably one of the final straws that got her fired. Yeah. Because they was literally having a shoot fight on live TV.
Yeah.
And ask Kairi Zane how she feels about Nia Jax. I was joking with John when she got re-signed, like, oh, I'll come back. Just keep me away from her.
I agree. He did say that. That was funny. Hey, Dale, let me ask you a question. And Trell, Trell might know where I'm going. He just made a reference to Charlotte Flair. We know she's rehabbing. And we hope, and obviously we can't wait for her to get back in the ring and obviously be the queen as she normally has been. What is your take on Charlotte Flair, her career, and what she's done since she's been in WWE? And Terrell knows why I brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my only problem with her just being in WWE, like her ring work, everything's fine. Presentation, all that's great. The problem is she comes back and it's like Brock Lesnar, title shot.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Queen's here, title shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like that kind of booking, but you know,
But that was Vince booking.
Yeah, maybe it's changing now since Triple H is at the helm, and so I have to reserve judgment for when she comes back under Triple H, and we'll see what happens. If she gets, straight up, putting the title shot right away, then I got a problem with that again. So yeah.
But do you think she's overrated?
No, I think she's properly rated. She's a good talent. She can work the mic. She gets a great response from the people. I got nothing wrong with her.
I was wondering because me and Trey, we had a serious conversation with this one our boy Kenzie about it, and we're gonna revisit this conversation on Saturday during the lead up to SummerSlam on the pre-show.
Yeah,
but we're gonna have this conversation because I think look, we know her last name got her in the door, but people say this about nepo babies. Your last name gonna get you in the door. But you gotta earn. But now you gotta work to keep your way in the door. I just watched the Randy Orton biography finally. Bob Orton calls up Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon and said, "My son wants to try to be a WWE superstar." I was like, okay, they had that vision. Third generation. His daddy's a legend. His granddad's a legend. Let's give him a shot. He had all the tools, but he had to keep himself there. It's the same thing I've been saying on our pod about Bronny. LeBron's got him in the door now, whether people like it or not. We're not arguing. And like I said, if you listen, I'm not arguing over the 55th pick. That's a whole nother conversation. But he got him in the door.
Yeah,
he got him in the door. Now it's his job to stay in the door and not get kicked out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much that.
Yeah.
And with all the WWE superstars who were second or third generation, it didn't come easy for The Rock.
Yeah, right.
People were yelling Rocky sucks, and people.
Yes,
it didn't come easy for Roman.
Yes,
Randy Orton almost messed that up.
Yes,
huh?
So Randy Orton almost messed that up.
Yeah, it's like I get what Kenzie's saying about it sometimes being fun, but you got to also remember, like Trail's been saying, there's a difference between the booking with Triple H and the booking with Vince. And we'll ask Dale about that. Maybe if we don't do it before the show ends, we'll definitely want to revisit that on one of the topics on Saturday. But gotta let it understand that people's philosophies are different. Triple H we clearly see has a way more liberal and more open-minded philosophy than Vince. Vince, we know of Vince booking, and Trail said it. He was at the Raw at the Mania here in LA. He knew it was a Vince booking from the way that they just squashed Cody the night after WrestleMania. And it took me some time to realize it. I mean, I've been a wrestling fan, and I've been a student of it, but then I had to start, because of this guy, I had to start paying attention to more of the nuances of it. Okay. And I think more of the nuances of it. And it's crazy because we was at SoFi when the news started bubbling about TKO buying the WWE. And then, and then we see how the night ended. And Terrell was at Staples Center that night. He said the crowd was dead. Kenzie was there that night. He said the crowd was dead. But yeah, I look, she's going to be all right. The WWE, the women's division is different when Charlotte Flair is there. It's different when Becky Lynch is there. I mean, when the four horsewomen, and God forbid, we know Mercedes will make her way back home eventually. When the four horsewomen are there and they're all cooking, the division is different.
Yep, agree with that. And we'll get them all back together eventually. Time will bring everybody back together. It always does. So,
amen.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back. And we're going to finish out the SummerSlam card. So stick with us.
Hose water. Whether you've been playing hard or working hard, when your thirst needs to be quenched, there's hose water. Found at any retailer where sports drinks are sold. Or connected to your faucet in the backyard if you don't want to pay $4 for it. Hose water. Get yours today.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
We are back. Best in the world. Hashtag BITW. Oh, man. We are going to finish out this SummerSlam card. So let's see what's up next. We've got one of the bigger matches. Go ahead.
Hold up. I got some breaking news.
Breaking news. All right.
Shout out to Fadeaway Media who just tweeted this out. Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry, has officially signed with the WWE.
Oh, that goes that nepotism, huh? That we were just talking about, right?
Mark Henry, I don't know where they're at. They're at Mark Henry's on the DJ booth, and they just made the announcement that Jacob Henry, who was supposed to be going to play, I think he was going to wrestle at Oklahoma.
Nice.
Oh yeah. That's right. He's on a wrestling team.
WWE. So this is the video right here.
That's it. So yeah, he is joining the WWE. Man, I was listening to some wrestling podcast, and Mark Henry was on and talking about him wrestling at Oklahoma, and he was saying he was interested in professional wrestling. So that's good, man. That's good. From what I understood with, just just listening to him on the podcast, he's talking about how he would talk to his son about different concepts and booking and stuff. And he's like, his son's mind is so mature for somebody that, hadn't been in the business. So it's going to be nice to see what comes of this, man. It's going to be real nice.
Nepotism at its finest. No one's gonna complain about that though.
That's right. So let's talk about Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Again, like Terrell pointed out, this is the A Women's Championship, and this story has been like the A story of Raw for a while. Raw has been like my favorite show because of this whole storyline and the Wide Six and all that kind of stuff. So Terrell, what do you think is going to happen here, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley?
I have Liv Morgan actually retaining the World Championship because I have a theory that both Rhea and Damian Priest are going to find their exit out of the Judgment Day. And I think it's going to start at SummerSlam. I think this whole thing with Dom and Liv has been a front, and I think that he's going to cost her the championship, and it's going to start that Rhea exiting Judgment Day and going at it on her own. So I got Liv winning it, and then they're going to have a rematch probably at Bad Blood, maybe. So, or Bash in Berlin, who knows?
Okay. All right. I could see Liv winning for sure, and retaining the title. I am eventually looking forward to when Dominik turns on Rhea and joins Liv here. That's what I'm eventually hoping for. And I will once again be jealous of Dom because he's got all the hot women.
Hey man, he takes it after his father.
John, what's your thoughts on this matchup, man?
All right.
John.
Charles knows I got a certain thing. I got a thing for Liv Morgan. There's no I've never been ashamed of it. Right? Some people might think, but look, we just talking about Nia Jax. Her first title run didn't really get her to where it's supposed to be, and I think that she's gonna be Bayley, and this next title run is gonna catapult her to where she wants to be. I'm saying right now, this has been some of the best work Liv Morgan has done.
Yes,
really since the Riot Squad days. I loved her first run as a champion, winning the Money in the Bank. She cashed in on Ronda Rousey, and obviously the hard work paid off because she was always looked at as everybody's favorite underdog. Now, kind of what they're doing with Zelina Vega. She was looked at everyone's favorite, the lovable loser.
Yeah.
But now she's getting her chance to finally show that she got. And she's done well. I mean, look, her rivalry with Becky was good. And now but you look at with her and Rhea Ripley, it's drama, and you love it. I mean,
yes,
I love Rhea Ripley because she's really had to find her way too, the same way Liv had to find hers. And
do you remember just maybe like a year or two ago
that Dominik's gonna rip her chest out, will rip the heart out of her chest. I hate to see it.
Do you remember just like a year or two ago, Rhea Ripley was trying to do like a, I don't know, it was a public service announcement pretty much. And it was Nikki ASH right next to her. And Rhea like totally forgot her little parts and all that stuff. And Nikki had to help, Like,
oh, yeah.
Now look and see what we got with Rhea.
Yeah.
Like, man. Huge difference, right?
Get that Roman Reigns experience.
Yes.
We talk about bad booking. You think about how she basically had to drop out the pandemic. She's pretty much becoming the top dog in the NXT women's division, and then they have her drop the NXT women's title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and she never wins it back. But she shows up to Raw the following year. She beats. They gave her a data boy by beating Asuka at WrestleMania, but it didn't feel like it felt. Now when she joins the Judgment Day, she basically finds her proper performance, her proper character, goes bell to bell in the Royal Rumble, basically steals the show at WrestleMania, and holds the belt for a whole year. Goes from WrestleMania to WrestleMania as champion. She's earned it. She had to find her. She had to go through her heartaches too, the same way Liv did. But this match is going to be a good match because obviously you're going to have the power versus finesse, and then you got this whole Dominik element, this fatal attraction, this novella, this pretty much Eddie Guerrero China 2.0 situation.
Yeah,
Chris Jericho, Trish Stratus, Christian situation. Why we gotta show her mugshot, man? Pretty as hell. Why we gotta show her mugshot?
This guy crazy.
It's gonna be a good match, but I think, like Trell said, this is gonna start a series of matches with them between now and Bad Blood, which is Trell's birthday, by the way. Spoiler alert. It's gonna set up a series of matches from SummerSlam, Bash in Berlin, and then go all the way till we get to the ATL shorty, and it's going to be a banger because there will be a lot of bad blood that night. But I'm gonna give Liv Morgan the W on Saturday.
Okay. All right, we all got to live winning. Looks like.
Thanks to Dominik. And maybe Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Maybe Finn Balor. Kizzy was right on that one. It could be Finn Balor that does it, not Dominik just yet.
Yeah, that was that's something they still hadn't kind of paid off yet. Like Finn Balor
was the only face that wasn't crossed out.
Yeah. He stole that card. So they probably got something going on too. So yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta bring that back. So don't leave me hanging. Like
exactly.
A lot of WWE stories just out there hanging. This would not be one of them, Trip.
Not right. Triple H, since Triple H has got, John can attest to this, and of all places, WrestleMania was the biggest proof. Triple H does not leave storylines unfinished.
Yeah.
Like every story from God knows how many years in between was all wrapped up in one. So he knows how to go back in time and make you be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, they could have started there. So he has a knack for that, and I appreciate that as a promoter.
Yep. All right, let's get to our next matchup. This is for
Triple H is not. He pays off. He's gonna tell. He believes in the art of storytelling. He believes in the art of long-term storytelling.
Absolutely. Let's get to our next matchup. Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one is a little tricky to kind of predict because I believe 2 weeks later there will be Bash at Berlin, which will be in Germany, and
yes, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
That's where. Yeah, that's where Gunther is from. So I know for sure he's going to be on the card, and I can't imagine him not at least having a world title match.
Oh yeah, he's already promoting him. He's already promoting him. He's already promoting now how he's going to be heavily involved on when they do the road, the Bash in Berlin, when they do their tour in Germany. So
okay,
we know what's happening.
All right, there we go. All right, so what do we predict to happen in this matchup here, Terrell?
I don't see. It's gonna be a banger of a match, but we've been predicting Gunther to be world champion since the year started.
Okay.
Even when he was IC champion, it was okay, find a way for him to lose. And this next championship will be the World Heavyweight Championship. So ever since WrestleMania, I was expecting him to win. Even in the King of the Ring tournament, I'm like, no one's beating him. Not even Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre was in the tournament. I'm like, he's not beating him. This guy will go undefeated in that tournament, and he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And then when they brought up the idea that they haven't done since 2003, that the winner of the King of the Ring gets a title shot at SummerSlam.
Right.
When they announced that, I'm like, oh, Gunther's getting that title shot for sure. So I got Gunther walking into Berlin, main eventing as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay. There we go. New champ.
Yep.
John, you agree? New champ? All right.
Yep. Look, man. This Gunther, man. Look, I said it earlier. There's only 3 dudes who've gotten W's on this dude since he's been in WWE. It's been Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, and Braun Breaker. And all 3 of those matches were bangers. 2 of those matches, well, definitely Ilya Dragunov, to me, his match with Dragunov at the final takeover was the best match of 2021. Since he's been up on the main roster, he has been dominant. He's obviously the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, 666-day reign. The same thing like he did when he was the champion NXT UK. He was he held the belt for 2 years there. Now, I don't know if he's going to hold the World Heavyweight title for 2 years, but I can sure see it. But I
beautiful title, by the way.
This ain't over with him and Priest. This is not over with him and Priest. This, like I said, this is going to be a banger match, but I have a feeling there's going to be some foolery, whether Ludwig Kaiser resurfaces or
you haven't seen him in a minute.
We've been seeing we've seen the cracks in the foundation of the Judgment Day. We have seen the cracks in the foundation of the Judgment Day recently, but I'm going with Gunther. Both the King and Queen of the Ring will walk out with the gold.
Okay.
What you think, Charles?
I just thought something. I think this is gonna be a one-off. I don't think Priest gets the rematch. I think somehow Finn Balor is gonna be the reason he loses, and then that's gonna happen. Finn Balor and Priest. that little thing's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if Priest's going to get a rematch at Berlin, but I told John this idea a while back because I thought it was going to happen at King of the Ring. Gunther wins, and between SummerSlam and Bash in Berlin, what if we get a certain return of a beast?
Really?
Because that was supposed to happen. I think that was supposed to happen at the WrestleMania me and John went to.
Okay.
It didn't happen. It was supposed to happen in Philly. Obviously, with what was going on, that didn't happen again. So what if I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but what if, he decides to leave his farm in Saskatchewan and it's like, let me put this guy over in Berlin.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Brock Lesnar putting over Gunther in Berlin. Okay. I'm intrigued by this. But like I just read something online that says WWE views Damian Priest as a main guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's got a title and all that kind of stuff, but still, you can still be trying to build him into one of those main players. And so you think pulling him out of another rematch with Gunther would still be deeming him a main?
I mean, I would be surprised if he does get that rematch at Berlin and maybe Finn Balor screws him over. So I can see that too. And then that bleeds into bad blood with Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Gunther moves on to somebody else. So you're right. I can see that. I can see Damian Priest go at it alone. He loses. And then that's when the seeds start cracking between him and Finn. Priest gets the rematch at Berlin, and that's where Finn Balor screws him over. I can see that too. I think that one probably most likely would happen over Brock.
I like it, actually. I like it. I like it. Triple H, you can use that idea.
Because Triple H said in an interview, whenever Brock's ready, I'm here. So it's up to him when he's done watching his kids and he wants to get another check. That's one of those guys that can pop in out of nowhere and draw money just like that.
It's true. This is true. This is true. So this is a good one. Let's see. Brock might only be coming to SmackDown to help Paul Heyman. I mean, the whole thing with Paul Heyman.
Let's save that conversation. Let's save that conversation.
I heard that. That's a possible Triple H Stone Cold. That's a possible Triple H Stone Cold type of. I can see that.
All right. Well, let's move to the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa.
Oh man,
to me, this is a match to build Solo for sure.
Yep.
I don't know if I see Cody actually dropping the title here, but
no.
This, I mean, we could have some shenanigans come in with the bloodline, a new bloodline, and then Solo has the title. I could see that happening too, but I don't know. What do you think gonna happen here, Terrell?
Well, let me answer that with a question. What was the main event last year of SummerSlam?
I know the answer. Was that for Dale? Because I know the answer.
It's for Dale.
Yeah, well, I can't remember. What's the answer?
Last year's main event was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso.
Oh, okay.
What happened at the end of that match?
Okay. This is where his brother came in?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Who's in the main event of this year's SummerSlam?
Well, see, I actually think the main event is McIntyre and CM Punk here.
Could be.
but yeah,
Technically,
I see what you're
if
saying.
this was the main event, if this is the main event, who's in that match?
Yeah, another Uso.
Solo.
Gold, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
His big brother, I predict his big brother is going to show up because everyone's expecting the way Triple H has it laid out. Everyone's expecting Roman Reigns to return.
Right. Because Solo's saying a lot of stuff to Roman Reigns and the promos.
Yeah. So everyone's already expecting, oh man, he's going to pull up. I saw some guy online, he had the same idea that I was thinking, what if they push back and not have Roman come back yet, but have Jimmy show up, get in the middle of it, cost Solo the match, and then that's when you start piecing the poses together. Then you bring back Roman. Then Roman's like, you know, I gotta get the family back together. So he sends Jimmy to Raw to go recruit. And that's going to be dragged out a little bit. So I think Jimmy's going to be the first one. I don't see Roman coming back without Jimmy. I see Jimmy coming back first. Then you lead up to Roman. Or they do both. They could do.
So what you're describing to me sounds like it's a build up to Survivor Series.
Yeah, because it's going to be like when the Undertaker came back at WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden, you saw Paul Heyman. Not Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer. And then, you know, I think that's when you see Paul Heyman, you'll see Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it here.
Cody wins.
Cody Rhodes retaining the title here. Okay. All right, John, you agree with that? Cody Rhodes retains?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I think Cody's just trying to set up the Bloodline Civil War. But I think him and Solo are gonna go at it. It's a busy 24 hours for the Bloodline. You got Toma and Jacob facing DIY for the WWE tag titles in Johnny Gargano's hometown. And then you got the face-off with Cody and Solo tomorrow night as well. And then Cody and Solo are going to close out the biggest party of the summer in my eyes. But then Solo keep poking that bear. I told this to somebody. I was telling the show. You keep poking the bear, eventually it's going to come out of hibernation.
Yes.
One of the lines I quote was from Four Brothers. It was Terrence Howard. He told Mark Wahlberg when they were trying to find out who killed their mama. It was like, he told him, don't go on trying to take on Detroit by your damn self. Keep knocking on the devil's door, and he's going to answer. Solo keep knocking on that door, and when that chorus hits, the roof is going to explode. But someone threw out this. What if it ain't Roman or Jimmy that makes a return?
Okay.
What if it's somebody else who's got who has a invested interest in what Cody Rhodes is doing?
Arn Anderson?
That's funny though. What if a certain final boss shows up?
I think it's too early. I think it's too early.
I agree. But someone was suggesting, now that we know Rock is done filming, what if it's him that's showing up, and like y'all were saying earlier, this pushes Roman back for the build up for Survivor Series. Because now we know War Games is going down in Vancouver. And y'all brought up Paul Heyman. And y'all brought up somebody else. Who? A certain beast. Gee, I wonder where a certain beast lives.
Saskatchewan.
You're connecting the dots here.
Up in Vancouver?
Yeah, that's well, Canada's a big country, but I get your point. I get your point.
even though I do like me and you've been saying it for months, I think it's gonna be bloodline. This is gonna be an all bloodline feud.
Yeah,
and others are gonna be popping up. We are hearing about Haku's other son that's supposed to be popping up into the fray.
Yeah,
we're still wondering what's gonna happen with Zilla. But yeah, I agree, Kenzie. We all believe that's the person that's behind Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That was another reason I was saying it was too early, because I think he's the chief that's running the new bloodline. So having him come back to back up Cody after the crap they've been through, it'd be backwards. To me, it wouldn't make sense. I think Rock comes back either by the end of the year or for sure January.
I think I'm with you. Definitely.
Because Roman's going to handle his business with the bloodline.
Definitely he's back for the road to WrestleMania. Probably the Rumble.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Look, when Rock was here, man, look, everybody was watching wrestling. My mom was back watching wrestling. Okay. So,
oh man,
go on back.
It was like when we found out the news that Rock was coming, when they just even teased it with Rock being in San Diego. Look, man, this is kind of crazy. How me and Trell were at WrestleMania, and we were just hoping, like, okay, this has got to happen, right? He was there, and he didn't show out, and then we watching SmackDown, and he's in Colorado because we was watching Pat McAfee show. He pulled up on McAfee's set, and then he makes that drive from Boulder to Denver, pulls up on SmackDown. Then New Year's Day, he's showing up at the Rose Bowl. Then he makes a drive down to San Diego. I'm like, come on, man. He makes that promo, and then we're sitting there watching, and Cody said he took counsel with someone he really knows, and that drops, and everybody's upset, and nobody knows what's going on, and then here he goes to Vegas, and there we are.
That's right, man. Good times, man.
Greatest story ever written, I tell you.
I'm telling you,
greatest story ever written.
That's what wrestling does. Take you on a journey, man. And speaking of journey, this one I'm picking for the main event: CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with a special guest referee, Seth freaking Rollins. The build-up for this thing has been insane. I love every bit of it. The pettiness, him losing, Drew McIntyre losing the title at WrestleMania because of CM Punk. CM Punk even taking the guy's bracelet or whatever. Look, I love it. The only thing could probably make it better, just bring out AJ Lee or whatever and make it a little bit more personal or something. I don't know. What you think, Charles?
Yeah. Oh man, this triangle here, man. The moment that CM Punk came back, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be him and Rollins. CM Punk gets hurt, all right. But then you have Drew McIntyre, so they're having a Twitter beat this whole time. So I like how CM Punk's been out this whole entire time, and yet they're making this feud relevant while Rollins is doing his own thing. So when it all came ahead at WrestleMania, I'm like, okay, they're going to set up McIntyre and Punk. And so when Seth Rollins came back into the equation, I'm like, okay, where does he fit into this? And I was telling John the other day, this scenario reminds me of Bret Hart versus The Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee, and Shawn Michaels accidentally cost Taker the match.
Okay.
I think one of those two is going to push Seth Rollins to the edge, and he's going to screw somebody out of that match. I think he's probably going to screw CM Punk, but I can see him also screwing over Seth Rollins. I mean, not Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre.
Right.
So that's another one I don't see because either one of them could win. But if I had to make a choice, I would say Drew McIntyre because somehow, some way, Seth Rollins hates CM Punk more than he hates Drew McIntyre, and that's going to come to an ugly head.
Yeah. All right, John, your thoughts?
He made the comp. He made the comp right there. This is Bret Hart, Undertaker, 97 all over again. Yeah. Who's one of CM Punk's favorite wrestlers?
Bret.
Yep.
And obviously, Drew McIntyre, he's Undertaker in this situation, and clearly Seth Rollins is Shawn Michaels as the guest referee. So, and I think Drew McIntyre gets screwed again. And I think this, when it's all said and done, Seth Rollins is going to have to make that undreaded decision, just like Shawn Michaels did. He had to make that pin after he hit Taker with that chair shot, and he had to make that 1, 2, 3 and just exit the ring. But this time, I think Seth Rollins takes a book from his mentor Triple H when John Cena and Randy Orton met on the Raw after Elimination Chamber 2008. After Randy Orton pretty much screwed John Cena out of trying to regain the WWE title and making the match a triple threat match after Triple H won the Rumble, after Cena won the Rumble, and Triple H then wins the Elimination Chamber, and looked like and Triple H was pushing the envelope, but in the end, I watched the very first Survivor Series. Trust and believe. That's the second pay-per-view. Hey, Chris, that's the second pay-per-view I ever watched. I think Seth Rollins is going to be the one that's left standing, and he's going to stomp CM Punk's head into the ground.
Oh, so you think he's gonna pull the Stone Cold Steve Austin when Kane and Undertaker went for the championship, and he's like, and the winner is me, Stone Cold Steve.
Exactly.
Then you have that triple threat match at the next pay-per-view.
And the chorus will be singing loud and proud in the land. But yeah, Chris, Survivor Series 94 is my go watch the first ever Survivor Series. I know what Undertaker's capable of. I knew Undertaker was capable of then, but I'm going with Punk.
Yeah, I think the match ends and Seth Rollins screws over them some kind of way, and we get a triple threat match the next PLE between all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that could be for the title too. So no, I'm sorry, not for the title. On that, just those three going together. Just a beef. Everybody's got beef with each other. So
yeah, because the way I see it, it all gonna come to head at Bad Blood. Somebody's gonna be in a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
It's gonna be a lot of hell to pay.
So also worth mentioning here is the PLE is going to be hosted by The Miz. Are you guys expecting something special from The Miz? Maybe some Maurice
Make sure he
time?
doesn't forget R-Truth's hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah.
I'm just expecting it to be some comedic gold as it was at WrestleMania 2 years ago. I'm expecting it to be just comedy, and you add R-Truth to the mix, you add DIY to the mix. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun bathroom breaks.
Yeah. Look, you definitely need them with the show.
Yeah,
I must say that because
I was telling John that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was telling John that not all they got a stacked card full of multiple storylines, so they wasn't going to be able to fit all championship matches on on one show. This is an AEW. We'll be watching pay-per-views for 5 hours.
By the way, can I the piggyback
So
with that
I was-
let you go before you continue? I saw someone screenshot that SummerSlam is 6 hours. No, that's not. There's not a 6 hour. It's saying don't ever complain about AEW pay-per-views. No, that's false advertisement. The show starts at 1. The pre-show is 3 hours. The show's going to last 3 hours. The live event's going to last 3 hours. That's why it's 6 hours, not 6 hours of matches. Go ahead, Trevor.
Yeah.
So so they wasn't gonna fit all those title matches because he wanted also to get a rematch. And like, if they do that, it's gonna be either the go home show or the Monday Night Raw afterwards. If anything, they're gonna have him host because this is hometown. And sure enough, it was announced that he was hosting SummerSlam. So I'm like, everybody wins. He still gets his moment in front of his friends, his family, his parents. So he'll still get that. He'll be seen. Him and Johnny Gargano, who also is from Ohio, will be seen. They will be.
Yep. Look, home field advantage again for the Miz. So it's gonna be nice homecoming for him. But yeah, you definitely need those bathroom breaks. And these cards being full of title matches. This is the only non-title matches the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match, and that's what I'm calling the main event because this is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I have a feeling the Bloodline is gonna be the main event because of the anticipation of Stone pulling up.
Okay.
30 minutes.
You're probably right. You're probably right. This is a good point here, Keith. Kids, that's a good point there. I can relate to this so much. Oh man, yeah.
I'm a deacon, so I know. Trust and believe.
Yeah.
Listen, I went to
that's the only time I hated going to church when I was a kid. I didn't bring out another pastor. It's like, oh, come on.
yeah, exactly. I went to church in New Orleans, maybe about 5 minutes from the Dome. And so when we didn't get out on time and we got out late because he was preaching long, that traffic for the Dome was terrible. So so yes. And also I want to watch the game, of course. So,
Yeah.
Come on, Pastor.
That thing most definitely. Yeah.
So,
most definitely.
Guys,
I know how it is.
Guys, I appreciate y'all helping me run down this SummerSlam card. This should be a great show to watch. And once again, be sure to check us out during the PLE. We're going to be doing a watch along on Sports for You. So be sure to check us out there. We're going to be having a good time with that. So John, you want to say anything else going out the door here?
Yes. Dale, thank y'all, man. Thank you for having us on, man. Make sure y'all subscribe and get them likes up. Like Dale said, Sports for You, SummerSlam watch along Saturday afternoon. Myself, Trail, Dale's going to join, and we might have some more guests in the wrestling community join us. We might have my boy Nick Freeze, of course, another 2/3 of the Sports for You crew here, also possibly. Make sure you subscribe to Sports for You podcast on YouTube. That's Sports, the number 4, the letter U podcast on YouTube. Like us, like our videos, subscribe. We are live every Tuesday and Friday, 6:30-ish Pacific time here on the West Coast. You can follow me at John Watson 0984 on Twitter and Instagram. You can like us on Facebook at Sports for You Podcast. Follow us on X at Sports for You Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Sports for You Podcast. Follow me, John Watson 0984 on Twitter and Instagram, on X and Instagram. Follow my boy Mark at High on Mark and High on Mark 1 on Twitter. Follow Nick Freeze at 99 Gorilla. And make sure you just follow Sports for You. We will be live. We're gonna preview SummerSlam. And we got some other things we're going to talk about. Obviously, give our match predictions. And we're going to go match for match from beginning to end. So 3 o'clock Saturday. Sports for You, watch along, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll let Trell tell you what else we got going on for the watch along as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we got, let's see here, because I did bring notes. So we're pretty much gonna, like John said, we're going to discuss the preview predictions. We're going to hopefully have time to discuss, things that happened from Money in the Bank that led up to SummerSlam. We will be tackling the topic that's been kind of annoying me a little bit of professional wrestling. So we're gonna do who's the actual GOAT, who should be in GOAT talks. Mm-hmm. So and then hopefully discuss what's going on in more news of pro wrestling, as far as how everything that's going on with this whole quote unquote controversy about how WWE ain't got black champions right now, which is ridiculous. So probably go over that and just have a good time, man. Just come in, vibe out, go over our favorite SummerSlam, top 5 SummerSlam moments. When's your first SummerSlam? Greatest SummerSlam moment of all time. So it's gonna be a good day. Definitely a good day.
Okay.
And we will answer the question: who is Mr. and Mrs. SummerSlam?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. All right. Well, man, I can't wait for Saturday, man, and get to talk more wrestling with you guys, and have some fun, man. So,
and Dale's gonna come. And Dale, you gonna come on with us next month for 2 days to talk some Saints.
Oh,
sure.
I'm there to talk Saints, baby.
Gotta rep that 504. You know what I'm talking
about? Let's go. I'm there for that too. So, yeah, we'll be doing more of these crossovers, man, and we're gonna have a good time with it, man. So, for John, for Trail, I am Dale. Kenny Omega, go ahead and take us out, man.
Nice to meet you too. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang! Yes!
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.